PL off.
The Denver Radio Club Net will begin at 8:30. This is K0TR. QSD from the Denver Radio Club. Welcome to the Denver Radio Club Net. Field Now repeater W0TX. This is a meeting held on the air every Sunday evening at about 8:30 p.m. Good evening. My name is Jim. My call sign is Kilo Zero Tango Oscar Romeo. I'll be your net control station transmitting from Littleton, Colorado. If there is any emergency or priority traffic during this net, say break at any pause, and the net will be suspended until the emergency or priority traffic is completed. This net is for Denver Radio Club members and all interested radio amateurs. We're here to share information concerning any ham-related activities. Regular meetings at the Denver Radio Club are held on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. at the Jefferson County Administration. With the COVID-19 restrictions, we don't have a face-to-face meeting. Got off on the wrong foot here. In place of that, we have virtual meetings, and we use Google Meets. And if you need the address for our meeting, it's on our club website, www.w0TangoXray.org, or if you're on our mail list, you'll get an email with that address on it. And our next meeting will be on August the 18th. An Elmer session is held at 6 p.m. just prior to our monthly meeting. This session addresses any amateur radio questions that you might have. So whether you're new to amateur radio or interested in some new application of amateur radio, this is a session where you can get help. Also, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., except the third Wednesday when our monthly meeting is held, there's a learning net held on 145.490 megahertz and 448.625 megahertz. This is another area where you can find answers for amateur radio-related questions. As a general interest club, we provide emergency communication for the Salvation Army, City of Wheat Ridge Police Department, City of Lakewood Police Department, West Metro Fire District, and St. Anthony's West Hospital. We're always looking for members who would like to participate in this support. Please contact our club president if you'd like to help. Our current president is Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV. Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club website address is www.w0tx.org. Again, Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club also participates in the ARRL Volunteer Examiner Program. But again, with the COVID-19 restrictions, we've reduced the number of test sessions that we have, and we usually get that information out on this net and also on our club website, and also some of the other clubs here in the Denver area will also pass on their information here on this net if they're having test sessions as well. So stay tuned. We'll try to get you input on what test sessions are available. If you have other questions regarding VE testing, you can contact our VE team lead, Tom Kashowski, and Tom's call sign is KC2CAG, and his phone number is 720-284-1911.
W0TX repeater.
This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K0TR serving as net control. Are there any special announcements or bulletins for the net this evening? If so, please call now. Before regular check-ins, I'd like to welcome and invite any visiting radio amateurs to check into the Denver Radio Club Net this evening. During this net, we disable the requirement for the 100 Hz PO repeater access tone, so you can use either 145.490 megahertz with a minus 600 kilohertz offset, or 448.625 megahertz with a minus 5 megahertz offset. Are they visiting radio amateurs who'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Net tonight? If so, please call now. Next, I'd like to welcome and invite any newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs to check in. Please call now. And I'll take regular check-ins in groups. Please let me know if you have traffic when you check in, and I'll get back to you. First, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
Whiskey 0 Bravo Kilo Sierra. This is Barb in Wheat Ridge. No traffic.
N0 ETV, Lance and Aurora. No traffic.
November 0 Delta Bravo Sierra N0 DBS. Dawn in Denver, no traffic.
Alpha Fox 0 Echo Alpha Alex Bromfield, no traffic.
Kilo Sierra 0 Echo Alex Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Foxtrot 0 Alpha Foxtrot Quebec, Troy and Denver, no traffic.
WD
W0CIB, WD0CIB, Charles and Denver, no traffic.
Net Control, like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. W0BKS Barbs, N0ETV Lance, N0DBS Don, AF0E Alex, K0SE Alex, KF0AFQ Troy, and WD0CIV Charles. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
KA5 DKS Ken in Arvada. Kilo Delta 0, Delta Uniform Juliet, Chris in Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Charlie 0, Charlie Zulu, Thornton, Bob.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India, Evans in Lakewood listening.
And at Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KA5DKS Ken, KD0DUJ Chris, KC0C Charlie Zulu Bob, and KF0FPI Evans. Move on down the alphabet and golfer. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet, please call now.
Alpha Echo 0, Golf, Quebec, AE0 GQ, Tom and Aurora, no traffic.
Good evening, Jim. K6H JV, Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, Tom Arvada, no traffic.
November 0, Golf Tango Golf, Kurt in Denver, no traffic.
Okay, I0 ID. UIZ, Michael Z, and anybody copy this?
Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. AE0GQ Tom, K6HJV Tom, N0GTG Kurt, and I got Kilo India 0 India Victor. Could I get a name, please?
W0TX Repeater.
Kilo India 0 India Delta, Clay and Aurora, KI 0 ID.
All right, Kilo India 0 India Delta, Clay, thank you for that. And KB0UIG Michael. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A, F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now. And move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now.
Kilo 0, Kilo Papa Sierra, Kevin Lakewood.
Kilowatt Delta 0, Charlie Golf Fox, Kenny, and Thornton.
Kilo Charlie 0, Mike Sierra Kilo, Jason Orvada.
Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Sierra India, Tom Highlands Ranch.
KD0 NRO, Ray
0 UIG, Michael. And I request Jim 80TOR to call me on the landline.
Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. K0 KPS Kevin, KD0 CGF Kenny, and Jason, I missed a call. Could you come back with your call, please?
Kilo Charlie 0, Mike Sierra Kilo.
All right, thank you, Jason. KC0MSK. And I had KE0OSI Tom and KD0NRO Reed. Make second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now. All right, we'll move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Good evening.
And Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. November 0 Tango Romeo Papa Jim. And let's make a second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now. I'm sorry, I missed it up there. Second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now. All right, moving on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
KF0UV, Marshall and Glendale.
KB0UIG, Michael G, out in the sticks. Request S.t.e.M. Give me a call, the landline if you can. Copy this.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Kilo Victor, Bill in Lakewood, no traffic.
Kilo Delta 0, Whiskey Mike Oscar, Stephen Conifer tonight.
Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KF0UV Marshall, KE0YKV Bill, KD0WMO Steve, and KB0UIG Michael. I did acknowledge you checked in earlier, and I'll call you after net. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now. Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in. KE0VBA Curtis. And let me open the entire alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Sierra Hotel Romeo, Stanton, Denver, no traffic.
W0TX Repeater.
And Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. WB2SHR Stan, K1 DBC Drone, and WA4MBG Bob from Pensacola. Very good. Make one recall to make sure I got everybody. We'll go through the entire alphabet. Are you amateurs whose call suffix beginning with the letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu? Please call out. All right, be a chance for late check-ins a little later in the net. And at this time, me and our president, Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV, hadn't checked in. I'll call on our vice president, Kevin, K0KPS, to go through and cover club business. Go ahead, Kevin, the net is yours.
Thank you, Jim, for conducting the net, and I want to wish everybody a good evening. As it is now the last week of July, hopefully we should all be seeing the club roundtable at the end of this week or early next week. So keep an eye out that for in your inbox on your email. And in that, our next meeting is going to be on August 18th. I don't know what the topic is going to be at that point in time. Hopefully it'll be in the roundtable, so we'll know a little bit more when it comes out. Well, I'm on the topic of our club meeting. Our last meeting was with Joe Eisenberg, K0NEB, which did a topic of kit building, which was highly informative. And with that meeting, one of our club members, Carl, KB9QDG, won the door prize for attending the club meeting. So thanks, to Carl for being a winner. Also, if you look on our webpage, there is going to be a special event that starts before the net meeting next week, and it's celebrating 10 years of Summits on the Air. You can either be an activator or a chaser. So for more information, you can go to the webpage and look that up. The topic was written by Bob Whitty, K0NR, who is presented to the club for SOTA on the air activations and stuff like that. So that may be of interest to some of our club members. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of information. I do want to remind the members that this club is for the members. And if you have any special topics that you want to present to the club, or if you know any special presenters, certainly bring those forward, because the club is always entertaining new ideas for club meetings. And with our virtual format at this point in time, we've been fortunate to get a lot of good speakers throughout the country that can present to us through the Google Meets application. So if you have an idea, please get with Bill W6OAV and present your idea to him, because I know he's always looking for speakers to help out on the club meetings. In addition, like I said, this is your club, and if there's certainly anything that the club is not providing for you and you have an idea, please bring them forward to one of the board members that's on the W0TX main page. We're always looking to make this club one of the best around, and I think it's one of the better clubs in the metro area. But obviously, I'm certainly biased on that area. So if there's anything that you think that the club can do, certainly bring them forward. We're always looking forward to improving the club any way possible. And finally, I want to thank our guest, Bob, W4MVG, from Pensacola, for joining. And anytime that he's in the Denver area and wants to join the meeting, he's more than welcome. And if you have any other visitors that are also hams, certainly invite them to the meeting on Sunday nights. And also, if they're new hams, certainly point them in the direction of this frequency on Wednesday night for the Learning Net that happens at 1930 hours. Jerome K1 DBC always puts on a good Learning Net with our Elmers, Fred AA0JK. So that's all I have for tonight's for information. Unless anybody has any questions or comments, I'll turn it back over to the net. This is K0KPS. Back to you, Jim.
K0KPS, this is K02R. Very good, thanks, Kevin. And I do have I just put a brief summary out as far as the topic for this August meeting. Go into more detail as it gets a little closer. Our presenter is going to be Ward Silver, N0AX, and Ward's topic is going to be proper grounding and bonding in a ham station. And he has published a number of articles and books on grounding and bonding, and so he brings a lot of knowledge and experience. So if you've got some questions as far as how you should ground or set up bonds between equipment and such in your station, that'll be a good one to listen to. But that's a ways off here later in August, so at least that'll be the topic that we'll be covering at that time. Looking here at the check-ins, I don't see anyone that indicated they had traffic. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K0TR Net Control Station. Does anyone have any other comments, information, or business for the net? If so, please call now. All right, do we have any late check-ins? Please call now. All right, I'll now review the next weekend's contests and upcoming Hamfest. And we have a virtual Hamfest coming up, I guess, that I'll remind everyone. I think it offers a heck of a lot of information. And that's going to be the QSO Today Virtual Ham Expo. That's going to be on August the 14th and 15th. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. Early bird tickets are $10, and that's good up till the 8th of August. Then it goes to $12.50. Offers a tremendous amount of information covering all kinds of topics. I would suggest you go to their website. That's www.qsotodayhamexpo. That's all one word. .com. That's www.qsotodayhamexpo.com. You're going to have over 100 papers and all different topics. So you can listen to those. That probably only going to be able to listen to one paper at a time, unless you jump from one to another. But they do offer those papers for a 30-day period afterwards, so you can go back and listen to anything that you want through that 30-day period. And like I say, it covers about every topic you could think of. Many of them will offer you the chance to download their ViewGraph deck, so you can actually go back and review it from that standpoint as well. But it has a tremendous amount of information in it. About a year ago, I attended their virtual ham expo, and it was just outstanding. Last March they had another one, but they had some technical difficulties that was really frustrating. And they say they're going to have it all straightened out this time, so I look forward to that. But it's 2 days of a tremendous number of papers, as you can imagine. There's a number of those are going to be presented in parallel, so you can only going to listen to one at a time. But like I say, you can go back 30 days afterwards and pull up any of those you want to and listen to those as well. So, you can review those topics. I guess they don't have their calendar put together as yet. They have their papers listed and what the topic is going to be. So you can certainly review that and get an idea of what they're going to cover. But some excellent presenters and some very valuable topics. So I certainly would recommend that you take a look at that and see what you think. And then later, October 8th and 9th, will be the 2021 Wyoming ARRL Section Convention. And that's going to be held at the Archer Event Center. That's up just east of Cheyenne. And they're in the process of getting their presentations together as well. So keep an eye on their website. And their website is https:// So WYHAMCON, and that's all one word, .org. And they will list what their papers are going to be to get that their presentations organized and finalized. So you might take a look at that one as well. All right, contest coming up be the end of July and 1st of August this year, because the weekend actually splits the 2 months. So in July, we have the Russian Worldwide Multi-Mode Contest. That begins on July 31st at 1200 hours Zulu, goes through August 1st until 11:59 hours Zulu. That's on 160 through 28 megahertz. 160 through 10 meters bands. And that's going to cover CW phone and digital contesting. Next is Missouri QSO Party. That's going to begin on July 31st at 1400 hours Zulu, goes through August 1st until 2000 hours Zulu. That's on 160 to 70 centimeters. And that's CW phone and digital contest. And then we have one other that starts 1st of August. That's the SARL HF phone contest. That begins on August 1st at 1400 hours Zulu, goes through August 1st until 1700 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 20 meters, and that is a phone contest. And a couple other reminders. High Noon Net, they meet daily at 12 noon, or early check-ins at 11:30 on a frequency of 7.240 megahertz, which is on a 40-meter band. And I promise you the name of the SaturnNet has changed, and I failed to do that, so I've got a task to go off and get that done by Sunday, so apologize for that. And I think there's going to be a frequency change, and I'll try and have that information next week. As far as I know, they meet 1500 hours Zulu. That's 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. They meet Monday through Saturday on a frequency of 14.265 megahertz, which is on a 20-meter band. The Denver Radio Club maintains a phone repeaters for use by all radio amateurs. 147.330 megahertz with a positive offset, the 145.490 megahertz with a negative offset, the 224.380 megahertz with a negative offset, the 449.350 megahertz with a negative offset, the 448.625 megahertz with a negative offset, the 447.825 megahertz with a negative offset. Our digital turbo repeater operating on Brandmeister on 446.7875 megahertz with a negative offset, and our C4 FM digital repeater on 449.775 megahertz with a negative offset. The 447.825 megahertz repeater is configured for narrowband FM, and that requires a digital coded squelch of 073. There are two repeaters on 147.330 megahertz. The repeater in Lakewood requires a 100 hertz PL tone, and the second repeater located east near Franktown requires a 131.8 hertz PL tone. We have a second repeater in the same frequency out east to improve coverage along the Front Range and into the canyons. However, having two repeaters on the same frequency with different frequency propagation, we ask that you monitor the frequency to assure neither is in use prior to making your call. The 449.350 megahertz repeater provides wide area coverage, and this repeater hosts our Echolink station, W0TX, node number 4140. And the 448.625 megahertz repeater is linked with a 145.490 megahertz repeater. The repeater on 449.775 is now a C4 FM digital only repeater. Each repeater requires a 100 hertz PL tone for activation, except as noted, and each uses standard offsets. And for packet, we have the 145.050 megahertz gateway on 2 meters that is interconnected with the 14.105 megahertz gateway on 20 meters for packet QSO. And we have a 6 meter repeater on 53.09 megahertz with an input on 52.09 megahertz with the required 107.2 hertz PL tone. Your support of the Denver Radio Club is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to participate in any of the many club activities, please contact our co-president, Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV. And I'd like to take this opportunity to again welcome WA4MBG Bob, visitor tonight. Welcome to the net, and certainly I hope you drop by anytime you're available. And I'd like to thank everyone for checking to the Denver Radio Club Net tonight. Your support is greatly appreciated. I hope you have a great week. 7-3. Tonight we had a total of 30 check-ins, and the Denver Radio Club Net W0TX is closed at 9/11, and the repeater is available for regular use. This is K0TUR Net Control Station, and please stand by a moment while I return the PL tone to the repeater.
W0TX repeater. PL on.
And this is K02R. We'll be clear, and good evening to everyone.